Hi there, Capricorn. Thank you for joining me for your monthly forecast for November. As you enter into this month, you're still going to be surfing the wonderful new moon, which occurred right at the end of October. And this for you was in the part of your scope to do with sociability, friendship, group interaction, but also your long-term hopes and wishes. This new moon was particularly significant because it was influenced by the dreamy energies of Neptune. Now, Neptune has actually been really quite a tricky influence for you for much of this year, and especially from mid-May through to mid-October, when it was squaring with your ruling planet of Saturn, which is located in a very sensitive part of your scope. This may have had the potential to drain you out, and it may have felt that life was really quite challenging in terms of some of the structures in your world may have seemed to almost be dissolving, fading away, and some people or situations may have just been making their way out of your situation. That's not been easy, particularly for someone like yourself who really values a degree of stability. However, as you enter into this new month, your spirits should be reinforced, because it's not just because the sun's combining with Mercury, which can make you great company to be with. It's also forging from the 4th through to the 10th a great link with Pluto in your sign. Pluto has been having a fantastically influential impact on you over the last 7 years. It is the planet of change, so don't be surprised if around your social situation that you come to the fore and take some kind of leading role. Other people can gravitate towards the wonderful energy that you're going to be giving out. Your warmth and kindness are going to be things that really people are going to appreciate. It's going to have a sense of renewal around this part of your situation. And obviously we're entering into the more festive season. And if there are any gatherings, I think you too can be at the heart of organising some of these too. It doesn't just have to be in terms of a fun or entertaining way that you come together with others. It could be where there's some kind of kinship, where you have some common goals, where you believe in the same things. It can be very unifying, all this influence for you. Now, in the first week of this month, there is continuing to be a dazzling alliance between Venus, which is in a very shielded part of your scope, and also Uranus. Don't be surprised if there's someone you encounter or meet, perhaps through a family situation or someone you're very close to, and it can be a connection with someone that really does startle you, but in an entirely positive way. Perhaps you're going to realise that you have deeper feelings for someone than you thought. There could also be a connection which comes out of the blue to someone from your past. In a more strategic sense, although Saturn is in a tricky part of your scope and has been under pressure earlier this year, it's now forging an amazing link with Jupiter. And Jupiter's all about growth. Saturn is about stability, but it can also be about retraction and limitation at its worst. So when it's with the planet of go-getting and good fortune in a positive alliance, what you can do is balance the moves you make in a way which can be sustainable. Jupiter's in a very prominent area, and your leadership qualities are going to be boosted by this. But it doesn't mean to say that you always have to be absolutely in the limelight. Some of the things that you're doing more discreetly behind the scenes can also be influential, especially as far as your career is concerned. There is a quarter moon, however, which occurs on the 7th. This provides a backdrop for the following week. This is in the sign of Aquarius, which for you is emphasising your values. If there are people that you have found more challenging to be around, that can come up again, I think, in the following 7 days. And perhaps you're going to need to just comfort yourself and reassure yourself about your direction of travel, particularly if you are moving away from previously unsatisfying relationships or ties that have perhaps served their time in your situation. However, I do feel that Mars is going to give you a huge boost when he moves out of your sign and into Aquarius on the 9th. In the following 6 weeks, it's going to give you a huge shot of more sensual energy. And whether you like to get up close and personal to someone, or you enjoy good foods, or more materialistic purchases, your desires are certainly going to be set ablaze by its arrival in this area. But I think perhaps the most significant transit of the whole of this month occurs on the 12th. This is when Venus comes into your sign. Any doubts that you have been having around your love life in the first half of this month won't necessarily come to a complete close, but I just feel that you can move more into the moment, become more present. Venus in your sign can also make you feel more gorgeous and alluring. It's going to boost your spirits, and yes, you can turn some heads too. Your individuality is going to be important to this, so don't be fearful about showing people what makes you very different. And yet Mercury, the planet which is sparking a lot of that sociability at the start of the month, does become more meditative mid-month. If you do need to take a few moments to step back from things and just have time to appraise what's going on, certainly don't beat yourself up. In the middle of the month, you may have so many demands, it's about juggling all the people who want to spend time with you. But I think Mercury's arrival and that of the Sun on the 22nd, also into Sagittarius, joining up with Saturn, suggests however popular you may be and however much people want to be with you, be guided by sincerity. In other words, the people that you feel most trustful of, rather than the people who are perhaps the most gregarious of your circle. Now Neptune is also going to go forwards on the 20th. I think that's something that we can all be quite relieved about. For you, if there has been some confusions in your communication with others over the last 5.5 months, or you've had some problems with any transport in your situation, or a piece of equipment or kit in terms of digital appliances, all these kind of things hopefully will improve for you. But the Sun's move on the 22nd is still urging you to stay in touch with the more sensitive side of yourself and of life. But the new moon, which occurs on the 29th, does actually square with Neptune again. And if you are someone who's very interested in healing and personal development and spirituality, all of this is definitely going to heighten your vibe, but it's also going to make you even more responsive to the signals and energy that you pick up. So again, be very careful about the company you keep. You have a great gift this month, Capricorn, of people wanting to celebrate what makes you fun and charismatic to be around. But it's still about the choices you make, and that's the central theme of this month. It's been a real pleasure being with you. Thank you for joining me. Good luck, and goodbye for now.